Buddha once said, "Nothing exists entirely on its own. Everything is interwoven, everything is connected." Have you ever been in the middle of a painful situation? Perhaps you lost something important or life took a turn you never expected, and you found yourself asking, "Why is this happening to me?" In those moments, it often feels like we've been singled out by fate or trapped in a web of bad luck. But what if the reality is far deeper than that? What if everything that happens, both the joyful moments and the painful ones, is unfolding not by random chance, but through the profound forces of karma, the impermanence of life, and the intricate web of interconnectedness? What if what we see as misfortune is, in fact, part of a much greater tapestry being woven for our growth, our transformation, and ultimately our enlightenment? In today's video, we will delve into this timeless wisdom from a Buddhist lens, uncovering the deeper truth that life's hardships aren't just accidents or cruel turns of fate. Rather, they are essential lessons, silent teachers that guide us on our spiritual path. In the Buddhist understanding, nothing is ever coincidental. Every moment, every joy, every sorrow, everything is the result of karma, the universal law of cause and effect. Every thought we think, every intention we set, and every action we take becomes a thread that shapes the fabric of our future. Our present moment is not a standalone event. It is the flowering of seeds planted long ago. Likewise, the choices we make today are planting seeds for tomorrow. There's a well-known Buddhist story that beautifully illustrates this idea, a story about a young monk and a fragile porcelain teacup. One day, the young monk approached his teacher, burdened with questions and frustrations. "Master," he sighed, "why does life seem so unjust? Good people face hardships while those who are unkind seem to thrive. It doesn't feel fair." The master gave him a gentle smile and, without speaking much, handed the monk a beautifully crafted porcelain teacup. "Isn't this teacup exquisite?" he asked. The monk nodded, admiring the craftsmanship. "Yes, master. It's delicate and beautiful." Then, without warning, the teacher let the cup fall. It shattered instantly into pieces upon the ground. The young monk gasped, stunned by the sudden destruction. "Why did you break it?" he exclaimed. The master calmly replied, "I cherished the cup when it was whole, and I cherish it now that it is broken, because from the moment I first held it, I knew one day it would fall and break." Nothing in life lasts forever. When we truly understand this, we stop clinging and we start accepting. This simple story holds a profound lesson. Much of our suffering doesn't arise from what happens, but from our resistance to what is. We struggle because we want life to unfold in a particular way. We want permanence in a world that is always changing. We want certainty in a reality built on impermanence. Buddhism reminds us again and again that everything is fleeting. Nothing stays the same. No moment, no emotion, no situation. Seasons shift, rivers flow without end, and even mountains that once stood tall and mighty slowly erode over time. Just as the world outside changes constantly, so too do the moments of our lives, especially the ones that bring pain. Today's struggle may one day become tomorrow's wisdom. The Buddha once told his disciples, "Just as a storm passes, so too will pain." He taught that suffering is born from attachment. When we hold tightly to people, outcomes, or identities, we invite pain. But when we learn to release, to let things flow naturally, peace follows like a shadow that never leaves. There's a beautiful Zen saying, "Cling to nothing, and suffering will not arise." The more we resist change, the more we suffer. But when we embrace impermanence, when we truly see that nothing lasts forever, not even our problems, we open ourselves to inner freedom. We begin to float above the waves of life rather than being crushed by them. Many people fall into the belief that a fair life means a life free from pain, but Buddhism offers a different perspective. In this path, suffering is not punishment, it is a teacher, a purifier, a sculptor of the soul. Another Zen story tells of a monk who asked his master, "Why must we face suffering in life?" The master pointed to a lump of coal and then to a sparkling diamond. He said, "Both of these come from the same earth. but only one has been transformed through immense pressure. The diamond's brilliance is a result of its hardship. Challenges refine us. Without them, there is no growth, no patience, no resilience, no depth. Our character is not forged in moments of ease, but in the fire of difficulty. There are times in life when we don't understand why something is happening until much later. Picture a weary traveler lost in a vast desert. Exhausted and thirsty, he collapses beneath the shade of a small tree. Frustrated, he wonders, why did I have to lose my way? He doesn't realize is that just beyond the next hill, a powerful sandstorm is raging. Had he continued, he would have been caught in its chaos. What seemed like a misfortune was, in truth, a blessing in disguise. Life often works this way. That job you didn't get, the person who walked away, the opportunity that slipped through your hands, they may have hurt, but in time you might see that they made space for something better, something more aligned with your path. As the Buddha so wisely said, when the wrong doors close, the right ones begin to open. One of the greatest sources of human suffering is our constant need to control. We fight the flow of life, grasping at certainty, resisting change, and fearing the unknown. But true peace arises when we stop forcing outcomes and begin to trust the natural unfolding of existence. There's an old Zen proverb, let go or be dragged. When we release our grip and stop clinging to what was or what should be, we start to find peace, not outside, but within. We may not always see the complete picture. Often, our understanding is limited by time, perspective, and emotion. But if we cultivate patience and let life unfold without resistance, its deeper meaning slowly begins to reveal itself. So the next time you find yourself in a moment of pain or uncertainty, take a breath and ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? Could this challenge be redirecting me towards something better, something more meaningful? Can I trust that this too shall pass? Life is not a random series of events. It is a journey, sometimes smooth, sometimes turbulent, but always filled with purpose. Every joy, every heartbreak, every failure, and every victory, they all serve a role. Instead of resisting, allow yourself to embrace the wisdom of karma, the beauty of impermanence, and the gift of growth. Remember this, everything happens for a reason. And that reason is not to punish you, but to guide you, to mold your character, to expand your understanding, and to lead you closer to peace, to purpose, and ultimately to enlightenment. If this message touched your heart, consider subscribing to this channel. Here we explore Buddhist wisdom to help you live a life of clarity, meaning, and serenity. And no matter what you're going through right now, hold this truth close. Life is not working against you. It is always guiding you, step by step, to exactly where you are meant to be.